Hello, I'm Dave Burse, and this is my first confession. So the purpose of this channel is to demystify creativity and the creative process. And creating these videos for the channel are a creative process in themselves. I go from nothing to something. I go from nothing to then having an idea, filming the idea, editing it, getting it out there, promoting it. You know, that is a journey. And a big ingredient in that journey is me. And how I perform depends on how I'm feeling, because being human, I am a temperamental machine that's based on my whims, based on my feelings, based on whatever I'm going through at the time. And things aren't always peachy. It's not always easy. And I've got to be honest with you, right now, I don't have a huge amount of motivation. I actually don't want to be making this video right now. I'm struggling. And I thought I would share that with you because I think that's quite an honest thing. As we're learning new things, and that's what I'm doing right now, really, is with this YouTube stuff. I'm learning as I go along. And I'm not great at it yet, but that's the journey I have to go on to hopefully get good at this. And what happens is, I think for each of us when we're doing something, we've got this sort of motivation reservoir. And that motivation reservoir is fed by, maybe for example on YouTube, we think of the things that might feed us from that, because it's a social media, are sort of likes, comments, shares, subscribes. All of these sort of metrics are things that will feed us and make it feel as if it's worthwhile, that we've got a purpose. But this reservoir is actually what becomes your fuel that gives you the energy to do what you're doing. And if you find that you're using more of that fuel, that motivation to do what you're doing, and I'm using a lot of it at the moment to go into these videos because I'm learning and I'm not, you know, I'm putting a lot of effort into them because it's not become a natural thing yet. And that reservoir isn't being filled up as fast as you're draining it, it becomes hard. And that's where I am right now. I feel that my reservoir has kind of run dry, which is what is making it a struggle for me. So I want to share some of the things that are my sort of struggles at the moment, just so that you can understand that for all of us going through learning something, going through a creative process, we'll end up feeling like this from time to time. I'd rather just be honest and share that with you. So my first frustration is my own ineptitude. It is startling, my own ineptitude. I've been making films for years, really more directing and writing and being in front of camera from time to time. But using the equipment is something that I've not really done quite so much. I've usually had camera people working for me to do that stuff. So I'm not that great at operating a camera, and this camera that I'm using here, I've had for a couple of months, and it's not become a natural thing yet. And I'm cocking up with the settings. A couple of days ago, I interviewed a couple of people, and in one of the interviews, we're out of focus for most of the interview. I just set up the focusing thing, I'd set up wrong on the camera. And that was a pain. And then I did the whole introduction, outroduction? There we go, introduction and outroduction bits, holding the camera, and when I get back I then realise I've got the exposure settings wrong and they're overexposed, and I don't actually know if I can use them. I'll see if I can, but I don't know if I can. And then even just doing this video, this is the third time I've recorded this video. The first time, I didn't have my microphone plugged in, so it recorded no audio. The second time, my audio settings were so high that my voice was utterly distorted. And I'm hoping that this time, the third time is the charm, that the sound will be okay. So that's one frustration, and what's coming from that is I'm realizing I need to practice, I need to use the equipment more, do little tests, see if I can work out like a checklist to make sure that I've got the settings right when I do it. That's fine. Right, the second frustration is that my videos don't seem to be to be received quite as well as I hoped they would. And I felt that the content has been really good for some of the videos, but one of the videos that I thought was one of the best ones that I'd done has actually got just as many dislikes as it has likes. And that's only because there was a couple of extra likes in the last week or so. Before that, there was more dislikes than likes. And when it's one that I thought I'd done best at, that is a bit disconcerting. So what it's showing me is that actually the stuff that I think people might be interested in is not necessarily the stuff on YouTube that people be interested in. The stuff that I think is of high value might be of high value in another media, but not on YouTube. YouTube is for something different. And that's one of the things that I need to work out. I've got some ideas. I've been analysing a lot of YouTube videos to work out why have they been successful? What is it that people are enjoying about those? So I've got some ideas, so that's the next part of my experiment. We'll be filming those ideas and seeing if they make any difference. There's another thing that's concerning me a bit, is that I might be pissing people off by promoting the videos. When I'm doing stuff on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Facebook, you know, there's not a huge amount of engagement from the stuff that I'm putting out there. And I've been worried that I might be just annoying people, but I think I just have to get over that. I've got a product, I have to tell people about the product, or else nobody's going to engage with it. So that's where I am right now. Sort of, I have been wondering if my time would be better spent elsewhere, doing something else, writing another book or doing something. But this is an experiment that I promised myself that I'd commit to for a few months, see if I could get some kind of traction with it. And because it's an experiment, I'm doing what I tell entrepreneurs they have to do, which is pivot. You do something, if it's not working, you change direction. If that's not working, you change direction again. If that's not working, you change direction, and you alter what you're doing according to the feedback you're getting from your customers or your audience. And that's what I'm doing right now. I already have changed it a couple of times, and now I'm going to change again because clearly what I've done hasn't been what people have been wanting. But I just thought that I would share that with you, that when we're doing things that are creative things, the journey isn't always smooth. And when you run out of motivation, it becomes harder, but you have to push through. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm pushing through with very little motivation to do stuff, but I just have to do it anyway. It's the only way to get to the other side. And if I give up, then I've lost. If I keep going, then there's a better chance of me succeeding. But I'm not going to do any of the YouTube self-promotion stuff at the end. I'm not going to badger you to click any buttons or anything. That's not what this video is about. I just wanted to share. And if you've got anything to say to me, if you've got any criticism of what I've been doing, any feedback, any advice, any encouragement even, I would greatly appreciate that in whatever media you want to send it to me. You can send it by post if you want. I'll just email me. I'll send you an address. Thank you for joining me in the journey, particularly watching this video to right through to the end, right here. It's much appreciated. And I'll be back soon with some more videos.